Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. The fans here in Detroit ready to cheer on their Pistons in this interconference matchup. And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Then it's Mills. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. Kawhi Leonard with another great season last year earned his first Defensive Player of the Year award with his outstanding play.
And for Leonard, he became the first perimeter player to win one since 2004. That just shows you how incredible his defense was at times.
In transition, here comes San Antonio. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. It's tipped and stolen by Harris. Here's Caldwell Pope, and that one's good.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Kicks it out to Leonard. Knocked away.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
Morris kicks to Harris. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
They kick it out to Green. Aldridge drives in. Nobody near Leonard. And it's Leonard again missing. Here's Caldwell Pope. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here.
And guys, you know, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, this guy screams potential at you. I mean, perfect size and length and speed for a two-guard. He plays both ends. Right now, it's all about consistency for him.
The drive by Green. Here's Marjanovic. Right through the D for the layup.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Cannot hit. Some solid defense from Harris. The Pistons have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. On the topic of Caldwell Pope, he's the kind of guy who needs a year to feel his way around. In college, Greg, you may recall he showed dramatic improvement between years 1 and 2. The same thing has been true in the pros.
Yeah, and he has everything going for him. I mean, excellent outside shot, tremendous defensive tools. He just needs to add some strength and stay in attack mode to reach the next level in his development.
And the basket by Harris.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off to them during the run. This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Green kicks to Mills. Leonard, the open look. And it's San Antonio with another.
Oof, that is a tough shot.
Kicks it to Harris. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Here's Caldwell Pope. He's got 5. Clock at 4. The offensive rebound. And stolen by Aldridge. The drive by Green. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
So for the Pistons, Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Marcus Morris. Johnson comes in for Tobias Harris. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Jackson. Back to West. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Detroit leading by 4. Tolliver dishes to Blake. Fires the 3. That's good. Blake's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Parker can't get it to go. And the Pistons now going the other way.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
Martin with the bucket. There's 18 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Diaw with the steal. Parker outside. Left side West. With 4 seconds on the clock. And it's good on the way in.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. The Pistons on top. They're up by 4. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from the Palace of Auburn Hills. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And guys, what's your take on the Pistons so far?
You know, you can tell right now this team's on the same page. They are right where they want to be offensively.
Well, finding scores on time and on target with your passes, it makes scoring the ball easy for them.
Aaron Baines out there with Anthony Tolliver. Then it's Johnson, and it's Steve Blake, and it's Harris in at the 3. They're the group Detroit will start the second with.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Blake with it. West picks him up. The dish to Tolliver. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The San Antonio Spurs, a team that has had such a strong core and is so disciplined, Clark, it's hard to see them struggle, even think of them struggling, even on the road.
Well, you know, last season they did have trouble at times on the road, but 22-19, still not too bad.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Aldridge comes in for West, and Kawhi Leonard subbed in for Anderson. Blake passes to Harris. Detroit, no good that time either.
And for the Spurs on the road, it was the scoring. They were so good at home, but scored 8.5 points less per game on the road. That was the biggest margin in the NBA.
They get it back. Ginobili with the steal. Now here's the fast break. Parker leading the way. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Left side, Harris. Back to Johnson. Blake for 3. Rebounded by the Spurs.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Ripped away. Johnson outside. They get a hand on it. Out of bounds. Pistons ball. Detroit keeps possession.
Boy, it's been a long time since the Spurs had a losing record on the road, so there aren't any concerns for them. I mean, they've never had a losing road record since Tim Duncan was drafted. Wow, that's back to 1997.
Morris is checked in for the Pistons. Reggie Jackson comes in for Steve Blake. And the wide open shot from Green. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. The Pistons lead it. Leonard with the steal. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Leonard with the ball.
The defense to start and ignite that play was terrific, and I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
And really look for them now to be even more aggressive on the defensive side. Try to come up with a few more steals.
The Spurs have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Now here's Mills. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. 6 to shoot. Here's Leonard. And it's Leonard again missing. And for the Pistons, they're shooting at 50% in a decent groove.
Well, you know that Kawhi Leonard has an incredible reach with his arms, but even his hands are just massive, measured at 10 inches long and 11 inches wide. Wow.
From deep, Green. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. Johnson kicks to Morris. And it's Harris off the drive. No good.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Leonard with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. Aldridge with a screen on Jackson. Leonard dishes to Aldridge.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, Jay. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Drummond comes in for Aaron Baines, and it's Caldwell Pope in for Johnson. Well, to give some perspective on Leonard's hand size that Greg was talking about, Clark, those measurements, 11 by 10, are what you typically would find on 7-footers. Well, this kid's 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah, and I'm 6'9", and I'm about 9 by 7, okay?
Huh.
So that just lets you know.
Wow.
The only other hands comparable to that, Dr. J.
Ooh, that's huge. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Detroit, no good that time either. Up again. And finished off by Martin. Now it's a 6-point San Antonio lead.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
There's 18 seconds left now here in the second. There's the pass to West. And stolen by Drummond. Caldwell Pope passes to Drummond. Here's Morris. And he overshot that one, missing. Can't get it to go. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Spurs lead by 3. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter. And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
He was just like a jitterbug out there. I mean, disrupting passes, getting his hands on a lot of balls, forcing turnovers and steals. Just a solid job all the way around.
Like to watch him play like that. Makes the game so much more interesting.
Yeah, it looked a little bit like Greg Anthony in the day. A jitterbug or maybe a gnat was the kind of nuisance he's been as far as defending. Excellent work at that end of the floor for him.
And Kevin Clark's the only guy I know that can call you a gnat and mean it as a compliment.
And make you feel good about it. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
They've had difficulties the way Leonard has been playing. He has 8 points and the 2 nice steals as well. His success in the assist department is carried over to the free throw line.
Boy, has he been steady at the helm today.
On the floor for San Antonio, defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. Then it's Mills. Here's Harris on the inbound. Pass to Caldwell Pope. It's intercepted. Outside Green. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Leonard kicks to Aldridge. They get a hand on it. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Leonard. Clock at 6. For 3. Offensive rebound, Spurs. And here's Mills for 3. Leonard dishes to Aldridge. And he goes in for the dunk.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And guys, remember, LaMarcus Aldridge last January suffering a torn ligament in his thumb, scheduled to undergo surgery and miss 2 months of the season, but he opted to tough it out and keep playing. And boy, how big was that for the Blazers?
A different look here for Detroit. Johnson, he's checked in for Tobias Harris. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Jackson. San Antonio also making some changes. Boris Diaz checked in for Aldridge. Ginobili comes in for Daniel Green. And Tony Parker subbed in for Patty Mills. Blake for 3. It's rebounded by Leonard. Here's Marjanovic. He's guarded by Johnson. And here they go. And that one's good. Parker. And the Spurs lead by 5.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
And the basket by Blake.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
And it's sent back by Drummond. And they're able to recover. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Diaw. Out to Parker. A three-pointer off the mark. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break.
And Detroit was a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
And so the ball's out of bounds. Ginobili touched it last. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Detroit. Tolliver comes in for Marcus Morris. Here's Caldwell Pope. Drops in the layup for 2. Caldwell Pope's got 4 points this quarter. Greg, you just said the Pistons had a ton of back-to-back games. 44 were part of their back-to-backs, over half their schedule. Clark, they went 15 and 29 in those games.
And that's part of the reason why the NBA wanted to examine the schedule. I mean, it was a tough year for the Pistons. It's hard to get any momentum when you're playing that many back-to-backs. He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
And Anderson slams it in.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game.
And the call will be against Kevin Martin. That's foul number 2 for him. The Pistons making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Mills, he's checked in for San Antonio. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
And, you know, Steve Blake, a veteran presence who has been around the block a few times. He's been on several teams, played in several schemes and systems throughout his career. He's seen everything you could try to throw at him on the floor. He's a consummate pro.
And going back to Steve Blake, really didn't see much playing time after being traded to the Warriors last season. Of course, with Steph Curry and Sean Livingston ahead of you, you're going to not see a lot of minutes. Blake really just became probably more of an insurance policy.
And Blake's minutes, as you mentioned, Kevin, were down last season, but he was still that seasoned point man you'd love to have on your roster in case you got to cash in that insurance.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Anderson. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup. Give them a little bump. And then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
15 seconds left in the third. Jackson drives in. The shot is off. West with some nice D. And here's Mills. Good if it goes. And that's not going to go. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams. Trading baskets. The Pistons on top. They lead by 1. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from the Palace of Auburn Hills. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. A moment now to reset the lineups. Brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the floor for Detroit, Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Tobias Harris is out there with Marcus Morris. And it's Drummond in at the 5 roaming the paint. Aldridge, good. The Pistons lead it. Near the three-point line, it's Morris. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
You know, with all the shots they've knocked down here in the second half, their field goal percentage has crossed the 50% mark.
Yeah, and any team will take that excellent in terms of their efficiency.
This is not the slam dunk contest. You don't get do-over. You got to finish the job.
Caldwell Pope pass to Harris. Now the feed to Morris. Ginobili with the steal. Out left to the wing. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Caldwell Pope, guarded by Green. And Drummond throws it down.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich coaching his team during that last break. He loved the work they were doing on the interior, saying, listen, they've got no answer for us inside, and we're not going to let them off the hook now. Keep pounding it down low.
Jackson misses.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
From the baseline. And Detroit again with the bucket. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Pistons.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
That one misses. Detroit leading by 5. Morris outside. Fires for 3. Green with the rebound.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And Leonard gets it to go.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
Jackson gets the bucket.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
From outside the arc. Rebound San Antonio. Green kicks to Leonard. Count the basket and the foul. Marcus Morris picks one up there. Tony Parker's checked in for the Spurs. And the free throw, no good. The Pistons have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. They double him with Green. Drummond dishes to Caldwell Pope. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Checking out the game, Kentavious Caldwell Pope is happy. He's got 13 points, and he has 1 steal to his credit as well.
And Clark, he's just done a great job defensively. That 1 steal doesn't tell the whole story.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
And I don't need to tell you guys, those free throws are big. 2-possession game now.
Leonard kicks to Parker. The drive by Aldridge. Morris with the block. They kick it out to Green. Clock at 4. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Detroit leading by 5. Gets the first. That increases their lead to 6. And he is unable to get the second one. Spurs have gone 4 of 8 in this 4th quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field.
Now is not the time to be giving him that kind of shot.
Detroit's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. At the elbow, Green. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Leonard, that's for 2. Some solid defense from Harris.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. On the wing, Jackson. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is secure.
I'm almost ready to go there with you, partner. Not quite. I'm hanging around at that 98% mark, so it's just about done, but I need a little more evidence to close the book on it.
That's his first personal.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
Down on the floor. Marcus Morris.
That's off as well, so he misses both. Clark, no room for error
Kevin,
here.
got to be perfect from here on out. You're exactly right.
Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. And the Spurs making a change here. Mills is checked in. And he commits the intentional foul.
That's his first personal foul.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
Shooting. Free throws.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 7-point game.
Good work at the line to stretch that lead out a little bit.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're losing by 7. 19 seconds left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, they can call all the timeouts they want, but really, I don't think it matters at this point.
Yeah, I'm ready to go home just like the players are. There's nothing they can do to salvage this one right now. Let's go. Get out of here. Game done.
You summed it up.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't think we need to comment after that.
Adios. So the first one drops, and that stretches their lead to 8. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. He feeds it to Ginobili. He dishes it to Anderson. Diaw with a wide open look. Can't connect. And so the Pistons take the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, and I thought good execution really played a big part throughout.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark, Greg, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew,